Alright, how's it going, guys? So, in a previous video, I told you guys I was going to show you how to use Easel, which is the software that I primarily use in regards to using the CNC machine. So, let's get started. So, what you're going to do is you go to inventables.com and you click on Easel and then explore Easel. And you do have to set up an account. I've got my information logged in. So it's going to bring up this screen right here. And if you have done other projects, it will show it. And what I like about it is, so these are projects that I've done in the past, but I haven't done on this computer, some of these. So if you log in to Easel on a different computer and you work on it, and then say you come to the computer that has your CNC machine on, it will just automatically pop up because it saves it on the cloud. And so, for example, like the smoking rat one that I'm going to be doing for somebody else, I did it on another computer, and I'm able to log on to my laptop here, and it comes right up. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and, because that's the one I was going to show you guys. All right, so you click here, you click New Project. Excuse me. It's going to pop up here. So here's where you do everything. So the first thing you want to do is figure out, okay, what's the size of the material I'm going to use. I'm going to go with a 5x5. And I work in inches. Some people work in meters, millimeters, and all that fun jazz. I prefer not to. It's confusing. So I just stick to inches. So 5.5 by 5.5. And so what Easel will do is it'll show you, okay, this is your piece of wood measured at 5.5 by 5.5. And then say I want to import an image. So what I'll do is I'll go up to the file here and I'll click import SVG, which I use it. Easel requires you to put in SVG files. Some people do the G codes where you can use different software and create your design and then download the G codes and then transfer it into Easel. I personally have not. I usually just save images as an SVG, and I can show you guys where what software I use to convert. But all right, so excuse me. So we're just going to do a simple, let's see here. That's too big. Trying to find a design that I know will fit on the, here, let's do this one. So this is one that I came up with. So it's, I found, but the sign that I use this for, it says keep calm and press on, which we can do that. So alright, so as you can see, it brought in the image, and the image is a drill press. You've got to mess around with the design to show, to have the detail come out better. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change my bit, because as you can see, right now it's set at an 1/8 inch, and I mean this is going to show you exactly what it's going to cut out, and as you can see, it's not going to cut anything. The only thing it's going to do is drill a hole through the material. So you need to change this. Go down to end mills, and I put in 1. This is the only time I use millimeter. Now you can click millimeter, but it still keeps everything else in inches. All right. So once again, it's still a little messed up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to indicate that I do not want it to drill all the way through. So I'm going to do it at 0.05 is the depth. Set that depth, and then you can see it's still a little messed up. Right now it defaults to clear out a pocket. So what I do is I click on cut on shape path, and see now it's looking a little bit better. And so what this is going to do, this is telling Easel, is I want to cut this design on the path of the design. So it would cut right on the lines. But what you can tell Easel, which, one sec. This one you gotta combine, I forget. So you go to edit. So if you want to combine it, say you got a design and it's got like 100 different little pieces in it, what you can do is you can come here and click what you want. You go edit, combine, and it's going to combine that. And then as you can see, it's got lettering down here that we don't want. Highlight, delete, bring down your design again. Excuse me. Alright, so like I said, it's going to cut on the path of the design. You can also do cut on the outside of the path or the design. Generate detailed preview. It's going to show you what it's going to look like on the board when it's cut. Alright, so it's looking a little bit better. I mean, this design, there's a lot of detail in it. But you can obviously tell that's a drill press. Or you can do cut inside the path, so it's going to cut inside of the design. But as you can see, it just doesn't work. So the best option I'm going to do is cut outside shape path. Alright, so I've got my shape here. I've got my design of the drill press. I'm just going to move that over to the side for right now. So let's say I want to do some lettering. So I can come over here to the text, to the fonts. And in the free version of Easel, you're limited on what fonts you can use. If you do upgrade to the Pro version, which I can't remember how much it is. Let's see here. I can show you right now. Maybe not. But yeah, so here's the Pro. These are the fonts you can get if you upgrade the Pro. And I mean, it is a lot. But I use the free version. A lot of the guys that do this use the free version. If you would like to upgrade to Pro, subscribe to Pro. There it is. All right, so yearly subscriptions, $155. There are some websites out there where you can type in a message and you can change the font, and then you can copy and paste that into Easel. One of my buddies has done that for me in the past, where he found a font and he typed out what he wanted on the message, put it on that, or changed it to that font, and then sent me that file. And you cannot edit it, but you'll at least have that the phrase that person wants. You just can't edit it, but you can size it and get it to whatever design or size you want. But all right, so back to what I was going to say. Squirrel. So we can do the text. I don't have the best of luck when it comes to like the cursive or the very fine designs, very detailed designs, because what you'll run into is when the bit is cutting, it'll be cutting, and say there's a small little thin slice inside, well, that can easily break off. And so what the fonts that I usually use is the Bangers. I've used Bakersville, Bebuzz, BMO, the Homestead. I use Homestead quite a bit. So let's use the Bangers. All right, so the phrase that I use is keep calm, press on. And so, like I said earlier, it automatically defaults to clear out a pocket. Excuse me. What you can do once again is you indicate what depth you want. I'm going to do it at the 0.05 depth. Make sure it's matching. Yes, it is 0.05. With the lettering, I'm going to bring it down so it'll fit on my material. Now you can type in each individual word and then change it and do whatever you want, but for this video I'm just going to keep it all in one text box. So I've set the depth to 0.05. I can then tell it to either cut on shape. So once again, that's going to cut right on the path of the design. As you can see, looks like it's going to turn out pretty cool. Right here is what I'm talking about. So when you have like a small little piece right here, what the problem you can have is when the bit's going through here and it's cutting, because this is what it's going to cut out, and it can break this little piece right here. Let's see here. Is there any other little portions? So let's put that as cut outside shape path. Let's see what that does. So that eliminates that little area in here of the A. You can still kind of make out the phrase. It's not the best. So let's do cut inside shape path. Alright, so the cut inside the shapes path, you can see that it makes the A a little bit better inside. Your bit might still kind of break that little piece there. But you can make out the lettering, keep calm, press on. So I think I'm going to do, let's see here, let's decide. Keep on shape path. Cut inside. It's a preference on what you want to do. I'm going to do the keep inside, or yeah, cut inside with shaped path. Alright, alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in, put you down there for a sec. I'm going to bring in my image of the drill press. And so right now, like, I don't know if it is like perfectly centered. So what you can do is you can come up here, you click on the image that you want to center to the piece of material, you click edit, center to material. So that's going to bring it directly right into the middle of that piece of wood. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it over. So I know it's centered in regards to being in the middle, but I'm still going to be able to move it over and still keep it centered. But all I'm doing is just shifting where I want the drill press to be. And then I'm going to bring my keep calm. Once again, I'm going to edit, center to material. And I'm going to bring it over. I would use the mouse, but that can change how it's centered, if that makes any sense to you guys. Alright, so let's see here. So I can make this a little bit bigger if I wanted to. There we go. And once again, just go ahead and just center material again. Come on. There it goes. Move it to where the comma is. Right about to the 5. That line, the blue line's right under the 5. There we go. So, alright, so let's generate the